O să încep în română, o să continui în engleză că trebuie, ceea ce mi se pare senzațional, că vorbesc în engleză unei audiențe de română. Bună ziua! Good, it's here. Today I would like to talk about how can we move inside the jungle of the technologies that we have today. So it will not be, let's say, a very technological talk, but mostly a business-oriented, social-oriented talk. And I shall start with something which I really believe that what we can do, and this means that the technologies that we already have, and what we need, and how we feel, designs and redesigns the business models. So let us see what we can do. I prefer to use these icons to specify different technologies because you shall see that I will use them in the future slides. Starting with 80s, we had the first more interesting IT applications in the robotics, in the first generation of industrial robotics. In the meantime, it started to become, as a mature technology, the mobility, the artificial intelligence, virtualization, mobility evolved then, cloud appeared, collaboration in the virtual space appeared, the machine-to-machine transformed more and more in what we call today IoT. Robotics 2.0 appeared, and this will be a very important element in our discussion today. Additive manufacturing started to become mature, and the interaction between real and virtual environments appeared as well. You can see it, for instance, in Windows 10 being promoted, mostly with the HoloLens of Microsoft and with applications like this. The next step, very important, that started already here somewhere 3 years ago, is the new way of using genetics, and I called it Genomics 3.0. And this is based a lot on something that we shall talk a bit later, and the brain technologies that started very well here somewhere before 2000, but now after the first interface between an electronic equipment and the neurons was done, and are going stronger and stronger now. So let's see the first beneficiaries of this. The most important one is the agriculture. Maybe it sounds strange, but this is a huge problem, and it has a very good response in the technology. Do you know how many hectares needs an average family, American family, to live? How many do you think? 10. A bit more. It's 13. How many people on the earth can live using 13 hectares? 500 millions. Half of them are already in USA. And we are talking about the average people. So it's very important to do something with the agriculture. And steps were done, of course. After the first step, which was 1 century, 2 centuries ago, now we are talking about genetic modified organisms that creates the most of the food today. And this is the so-called conventional agriculture today. Automation that started around 2008. Now we are talking about electronic markets, and these are very important because these are opening the markets for the traditional agriculture and for organic agriculture, but okay, this is just for a precise niche of users. And we started now here with the precision agriculture. Do you know something about precision agriculture? It is already in the real life. What do you need? What do you know about? What it is about? First of all, at the first level, it's about precision farming. This means a continuous monitoring of different elements from soil, from the environments where livestock lives, and using IoT technologies to start servo mechanisms to optimize the level of nutrients, of water, of different flows of air inside a livestock place, for instance. So all of these are already optimized using IoT. And this is a trend that is going stronger and stronger. And what is important in this trend is that more and more sensors are used to take more and more information and to use it with servo mechanism to give a good feedback to optimize the growth of the crops and of the livestock. When we are talking about the next level, which is no more, let's say, in optimizing level, it's the business level of the farm. Here there are already a lot of software platforms that are giving to the farmer all the farmer needs to optimize the stocks, to find out the right moment to do different operations on the field. And this is linked to the IoT infrastructure, but it's also linked to the satellite infrastructure, because a lot of information we can take analyzing the light spectrum of an image. So this is the second level. And the third level are the markets, because this is the goal, after all, of each farmer. This succeeded to create, in some parts of the world, very strong farming ecosystems that are not just producing better and more, but also being able to have a good prediction of what should they do in each moment, and which have also the best markets they can access. So this is related to precision agriculture, and probably it will evolve with a more niche agricultural activity, which will be food on demand. In manufacturing, the second industrial revolution came with automation, and these first-generation robots were used. Now we are talking already about the robotic factory. Do you know about Adidas? What is Adidas doing now? Adidas, it's already built 2 factories, one in Germany and one in US. It looks crazy. It is not, because Germany and US are very important markets for Adidas. So proximity to market, it was essential in this decision. And it is not crazy, because that factories are humanless, are just robotic factories. And the costs are very low because of this. This will be one of the consequences we shall talk later. And the next step is already on the way, Do you know about Kitnik? No. Kitnik. It's an open hardware, open source movement. Okay, you know about RepRap, that is manufacturing open hardware 3D printers. That is a model of digital manufacturing. There is a better model of digital manufacturing when we are talking about building outfits, and this is Kitnik. And if this will go to economy of scale, will go to personalization. And these are the two major trends. If you want to have a future, the future is either in one or in the second. About the consequences in education. Here it's so many, I don't know how much time I have. This is my problem, because there is so much to talk about education and health that I would prefer to jump over and go just in industry or in our agriculture. I don't know how much time I have.
You have 9 minutes left.
5 minutes.
9 minutes.
Okay. What we need and how we feel. Who thinks that is not unique here? Nobody. And this is the El Dorado of the next level marketing. Everything started, this lady is from Chase Manhattan. Chase Manhattan, it's a bank. And look what he's telling. Achieving personalization at scale is the biggest and most important challenge for us right now. She is the chief marketing officer of Chase Manhattan. The Economist made a survey to see where the marketers will put the marketing budgets in the next 5 years. And you can see that it's mobility, it's personalization technologies, the second one. The third one is IoT and analytics. These are the most major, and artificial intelligence. These are the major directions in which the marketing will put the budgets in the next years. And everything here, it's about the virtual space. Look how low it's the traditional marketing area, direct mail, television, print, radio, other, comparing with the virtual. It is the sum, it's not 100, it's 300, because the CMOs that were asked, they had to choose between from more directions. That's why there are these figures. Now, these are the changes that will take place in marketing, and I shall give you two examples of how marketing changed in 2014. This is a crucial year for marketing because of two Unilever campaigns. The first of one was All Things Hair. They partnered with Google, and they discovered that there are 11 billion hair yearly searches in Google. Just 330 million of them were going for beauty products, and just 3% of this hair looked for a specific brand. And they decided to make this, to take the most important hairstylists and hair bloggers, to create a YouTube channel, and in 5 countries they started a campaign in which you are not seeing here Unilever. There is no Unilever. But these guys, while asking for the most rated questions in Google, are giving answers, showing from time to time Unilever products. It was a huge success. Another campaign was even better. Was Chef Wendy. Chef Wendy is a chef from Knorr. It was done in Asia and in Africa. And it was very simple. You can send an SMS and Chef Wendy will answer you with the right receipt if you tell her which are the ingredients you intend to use. Who was answering was not Chef Wendy. That was a big star. They succeeded in 3 months to create a big star. But an artificial intelligence system that answered very nice. It had a very good feedback as well after giving the receipt. Sorry to hear that. How did you find mushroom risotto and so on? And it was everything in natural language through SMS, giving the sense of uniqueness to each of the users. This is the new face of marketing. Because personalization is very important. I told you that we are in the front of a big split. And this is the big split. One, it's economy of scale, which basically will be humanless with robots. And the other one will be intensively human. We have here, I put here as an example, TaskRabbit. You know TaskRabbit. It's one of the technological platforms like Uber is, where you can hire, I don't know, a plumber or somebody to take care of the children or things like this, services like this. And this sort of the platforms will deal with the personalization while the mass market will be in this robots area. I would prefer, here there are some business models, but I would prefer to stop here and to have some questions from you.
Hands up, wherever we go.
First of all, thank you for the presentation. Mine's a simple question. Where can I find out more about what you have to say? Because we don't have enough time now.
This area is huge.
I know it is, but
If
what you have
wish,
to say, not about the area.
If you wish, we can have a one-day talk about it. It's huge, it's really huge. It's so much to tell about. I cannot tell you to look there or there because there are materials that I searched for in the last 3-4 years.
I try to follow you on Twitter and you're private.
No,
I don't know
I'm
if
not on Twitter.
There's someone on Twitter
I am
with
on
your name.
Twitter, but I'm as a follower, not as
I
a
saw. So
writer.
do you have
there.
a blog or something? Or can I?
No.
come
The bug, it's me there. Yeah.
Any more hands? Come on. There's a lot of information to ask about here. There we go.
Because there are programmers here, I suppose, yes? Be very careful with your profession. Be very careful because software that it's writing software based on a software architecture are more and more proper in what they are doing. They are doing better and better. In our profession, we shall face what the blue collars are facing today in their profession. So try to understand quick, because you are young. To me, it doesn't matter, but you are young. It's important to have the eyes wide open and to see which are the trends you can go in. Maybe we should have a discussion on this, because this is very important.
You made some predictions. Based on what you made those predictions?
I had no prediction here. Everything that I talked about are things that happen today.
Okay.
If you wish a
2020
prediction,
and 2030.
if you wish a prediction, I can tell you something that a guy that I respect a lot, he's professor of history at University of Tel Aviv. It's Yuval Harari, his name. He used to say that if the first industrial revolution came with the working class, the third industrial revolution that we started already will come with the useless people. And this is no more a prediction even, because if you can see what happens today in Finland, which was what happened in Switzerland, they already rejected that piece of legislation for giving a rent to everybody regardless they work or no. This is the trend that will come all over the world in 20 years, 30 years.
It's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.